Oh, hello. Good evening. Hey, look, man. Hey, Fokker, I'm just gonna say this real quick. I mean, yeah, it is, it's not perfect. I gotta fix it. I gotta get something better in the future. But right now, we're working with what we got. That's good. I mean, I honestly didn't know if I was gonna be able to stream tonight. I'm very proud of the fact that I can. Say proud. Maybe proud's not the right word. Happy? Happy, I think, is a better word. I'm very happy that I've been able to stream tonight. Because, today we had a lovely thunderstorm come running through, and it just decided that it was going to knock out like half the neighborhood, and it stayed that way for a couple hours. All right, game. All right, come on, pop up. Don't you do this to me now. Come on, pop up. Come on. I know you want. You know you want to. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Do. Ooh, look at that. You get a new little thing there. Let's see. Come on. Load up. Load up. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Okay. Let's take you off full screen. Let's try again. Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. Very good. Very good. All right. I'm so glad you're here. Yay! Hey, man, no worries. No worries, sir. But, I am sad to hear that. I do enjoy your company, and I hope that you do get some sleep and that you are well rested next time we stream. Because it would be very sad to see that you are not very well rested. It makes me sad to hear that. So definitely get your rest. Get your rest, sir. Get your rest. In the meantime, we're gonna take it slow tonight. I have a lot of stuff to cover, and there's a real good possibility I might have to bleed this in tomorrow anyway. So it's okay. Even if you missed today, it's okay. In the meantime, Federati, what do you do? What can you do? You know, I've been there, and it's not fun. I can guarantee that. But actually, back to this. I mean, I'm still tired too. But back to what I was meaning to say. The power got knocked out for like 2 hours, and so I called the power company. The power company says, "Oh yeah, we're working on it. Yeah, you'll have it back in like an hour and a half." And I said, "All right, cool." So we go out to eat, and I come back, power's not on. I was like, "All right, well, let's find out what's happening." So I then turn stuff on to see, okay, well, what's going on? And I call them up, and they go, "Well, you know how we said it'll be back in an hour and a half? Well, what we really meant was it'll be back like tomorrow night." I was like, "Wow, that's a big jump." Okay, all right then. I guess we're not streaming tonight. We're not doing anything for a while now. And then they just turn the power back on randomly. So I don't know. I'm just here. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So I hope that you'll be able to stay with us, fucker. I will. You will sorely be missed. In the meantime, let's see here. Sanitation and growth or public order. I'll take the public order. And ooh, Yeller. Oh no, insurrection. No. No insurrections. Too many insurrection. It's just too many insurrection. Let's see, let's do some of those. Let's get me some of these. I'm a swordsman. Oh man. Public order. They got the crap kicked out of them earlier. And I have an army walking towards... Let's see. Those guys are not against me, but the... No. No, these guys are the ones against me. That's right. That's right. That's right. Man, this week's been a hell of a week for news, man. Like, I'm not going to go too much into it, but good lord. It's just like one nightmare scenario after another, and there's just nothing to do about it except for just go, wow, I didn't think we could sink that low, but I was apparently wrong. I shouldn't believe that. Legio Comitatenses. But I hope everybody's having a good day. How is everybody's day? How is everybody's day? And Fokker, I know you're tired, so you don't count. I'm kidding. I want to know how everybody's day is going. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. And let's see where my peoples are. Can I? Nope. Can you? Nope. Hey, I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. Let's end our turn here. Let's gain ourselves some money. Can I speed? Yes, I can speed this up. I was about to say, this seems like it's running slowly. Go, Vikings, go. Go, even though you're in the wrong time period. Go! Vikings invading during the Great Migration period. That's just nonsense. Silly, silly nonsense. Come on. Oh. Uh-oh. Don't worry about that. Nobody heard that. Nobody knows what's going on. Everything is fine. Ooh, fantastic. Our first catch of the day. So we got quite a few soldiers versus quite a few soldiers. This should be fun. I dropped something. See, the thing is, I have this habit of fidgeting, and I don't know why. I just dropped something metallic, and I have this habit of fidgeting, so I don't even know why. It just kind of comes and goes. There's not even really a rhyme or reason to it. It's not like, you know, some people fidget when they're nervous, some people fidget whenever they're bored. I do it. I mean, I can do it then, but I don't necessarily do it then. It's really weird. I don't even know. Alright, let's see. Horsey's got to go outside the gates. Just like always, cavalry is best when it's not stuck behind these walls. And let's get our legios up here. So one of the things that I'm actually very upset about, and I still am upset about it, is I found on Wednesday afternoon, I found a group of, I guess, historical accounts that involve the Siege of Rome, about individual acts of heroism in different parts of the city. And it really agitates me that I just found it, because I didn't have time to incorporate it into any of the stuff that I was planning on. Now, I could have really tried, but I would have had to rewrite everything that I had already done, and I was not going to do that. I was not willing to do that. So what I'm probably going to do is, if I'm going to use those at all, what I'm probably going to do is use them after the fact. I'll maybe make a little special of individual acts of heroism and things like that after we're done doing the Siege of Rome, which should happen tonight. And it's going to be a little bit of a doozy. It's going to be a little longer than my normal ones. I may dedicate time to it to the point where I won't actually play, and I'll just go through it. I haven't fully decided yet. I actually thought that I was going to get the chance to have another week to actually rewrite it, but that did not happen. So it is what it is. Come on, boys. Call me that 10 days. But hopefully we'll just have a lot of fun tonight. We'll be able to play. We'll be able to play some Attila here, kill off all these people that have these lovely Christian These lovely Christian shield bearer guys, what are these called? Legio? Yeah, these are also Legios. I'm trying to think of the right word to use, but I can't think of one because they're not barbarians. They're not heathens. They actually are Christians. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I try. But I gotta try harder. If trying was good enough, everybody would win. And that's not true. That's right, we'll kill every last one of them. Wow, I've taken out 3 catapults. I'm doing a pretty good job right now, guys. These little these catapults here, they're doing fantastic. Ooh, they even broke through. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Okay. Okay. All right, boys. I need y'all to get up here now. Hey, who did this? Whoever did this, they're a dum-dum. I don't like them. Yeah, that's right. Tear it down. Why would you put a little thing right there in the middle of the street? Oof, they're attacking me there now. Okay, all right. Quick, into your really terrible testudo, which for some reason is good against melee. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's a terrible formation. So, we'll actually just go ahead and recap what we did last week. Last week, Belisarius had taken Rome and most of southern Italy, and the last thing that he did was he is doing a recon mission, and during that recon mission, he discovered that he had some traitors in his midst. Those traitors ended up almost getting him killed, and he spent a full day fighting off all those lovely Goths that should never have been in the position they were in because some people got scared. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Alright, push you guys back then. Push you back. Did they break through anywhere else? They did not. No. That style doesn't come up for another 2,000 years. Although they did blacken their eyes. That's actually not a... That's a pagan thing, I think, if I remember correctly. That's a pagan thing. But I'm not really familiar with people's makeup. Yeah, the different makeup styles of the day, I'm not really familiar with. I know that painting your face by British standards is bad in like the older eras, but I'm not even sure about. Whoa! Ah, they're firing lawn darts into the group. Very good. Extremely dangerous lawn darts. Anyway, so Belisarius manages to escape without a scratch, but he does end up getting surrounded. So he is now in a position where he can't fight. Or sorry, he can't sally out, and the odds of Justinian sending him reinforcements is essentially gone. Because as the sun set on the very last day of the first day of the siege, the very last moment of the first day of the siege, a 7th camp was coming in and blocking pretty much every land route to the city. So that is where we are right now. Let's see if we can kill some people now. We've managed to break the back of the army. But just like all good news and bad news. Yeah, actually, so when I forget what kind of mercenaries they were, but they were all a specific type of mercenary, or all a specific ethnic group. When they pointed Belisarius out, they immediately rushed him and tried to kill him, and they did their best to pull that off. They failed horribly. Because when they actually charged him, again, like I was saying last week, the Eastern Romans versus the Western Romans had a very different battle strategy. And the Eastern Romans relied much more on horseback, and they relied very, very heavily upon their cavalry. Whereas the Western Romans, they didn't. They really hadn't upgraded their order of battle since, well, the Roman Republic. And the thing is, it actually worked out really well for the Western Romans. The problem was that when you get just completely bombarded by cavalry and very fast cavalry and effective cavalry, i.e. the Huns, you start to lose. Now, it also didn't help that the fact that their armies were just in utter disarray, but, you know, whatever. Oh, and they're all full of Goths. There were no Romans. Or very few Romans, I should say. So yeah, there's a number of different reasons why the West didn't do a very good job versus the East doing a very good job. But at least that's my understanding. I should probably preface all that with saying that is my understanding of it. There's always going to be crossover. There's always going to be parts of the culture that did stick in and the parts that didn't. The fact that the Eastern Romans had to deal with the Persians and a lot of other horseback, I guess, I'll take it back. The Scythians, if I'm not mistaken, really messed up the Persians. The Persians adopted it, and then the Persians used it against the Romans, if I remember how that works. But it's been a long time, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been a long week. I could be misremembering that. I may have to go relook that up. And hey, you know, as a side bonus, we don't know jack about the Scythians from themselves. We only know about the Scythians from what other people tell us. So that's cool. Because writing things down is just awful. Don't ever do that. Don't ever write things down, especially history or heroes or culture. Don't ever write it down. Just don't do it. Be like the Scythians. Get 'em. Get 'em. Get 'em. Let none man survive. Anyway, so very soon after this, I think on the very next day, Belisarius gets a report, and that report is that the aqueducts have stopped passing water to the city. Now, if anybody doesn't know what an aqueduct is, what that is that it's simply just a gravitationally pushed water line. That's probably the easiest way I can describe that. All it does is provide water throughout the city. That's it. That's its only job. The thing is, the city's massive, and there aren't many places to get water. There's a river. There's definitely a river out there, but this is fresh water. Of good fresh water, ideally. And another thing about this, the aqueducts, is that over time, what the Romans ended up doing is they ended up making all of their bread mills work off of the pull of the push of those aqueducts. So essentially, what has just happened is not only have you just cut off fresh water to the city. Yeah, exactly. Not only does the city run out of water very quickly or not have access to clean water very easily, it now doesn't have access to make the bread that the Romans need to survive. Now, Belisarius saw this coming a mile away. He knew this day was coming. Was he kind of, surprised that it was happening that quickly? Yeah, he was. But what we do know is that basically that aqueduct stopped. Now, another thing we do not know is I've read conflicting reports about this, was that in one report, the report said that the aqueduct was destroyed. So they just broke a piece of it, and then just the rest of it fell down, and so there wasn't enough to keep, of course the water's just draining one way. The other one that I read was that they just plugged it. So they just went up to one part of the aqueduct, shoved stuff into the aqueduct, which then forced the water outside of the aqueduct. I have no idea which one's true. None. I mean, I would imagine destroying an aqueduct for a city that you intend to keep is really stupid. That's just me. I think that's a really stupid idea, so part of me thinks it was just plugged, but we don't know. We don't know. Or at least I don't know. Now, so what Belisarius did for this is that because those mills needed to work, he used what they call floating mills, which is where he would put mills on the lazy moving river instead of the aqueduct. Because the aqueduct would work much faster, they could actually grind more wheat. In the case of the floating mills, they worked, but not nearly as fast. And so this is going to create a problem for food in the long run. In the short run, it does give them something. In the long run, it's probably not enough. You have to feed an entire city with like less than half of the production. It's not going to work very well in the long run. Now, other intrigues are happening in Rome as well. Not only were the Goths at the gates, but what's a siege and a fight for the future of a nation when the royal court wants something done? Apparently, Pope Silverius, the one welcoming Belisarius into Rome the first time, was allegedly sending secret messages to the Gothic king. It's probably not a good idea, right? But let's go finish these guys off. Finish him. Do it. Now, not only that, but Silverius had some theological problems with Empress Theodora. And although I haven't really discussed it yet, there's only one easier way to get yourself killed with Empress Theodora, and that is just to simply look at her wrong. But we may discuss her a little bit later. But my main focus is going to be just on, as I said, my main focus is on the Western Roman Empire. But just, she's special. Let's just put it that way. She's a very special lady, and she requires the most special of treatments. But I digress. So, Pope Silverius has a bit of a falling out with the people in charge, and so Theodora, through her friend and agent Antonina, the wife of Belisarius, called for the Pope to meet Belisarius and Antonina. It would soon be the last thing that he ended up doing. For when they were alone with each other, along with the Bishop Vigilus, it was not Belisarius who confronted the Pope with accusations, it was Antonina. Before she even finished accusing him of anything, the deacons stripped the Pope of his robes and he was arrested. While waiting for trial, the former Pope Silverius became the late Pope Silverius. Too bad all the witnesses against the Pope were paid or coerced. So no one knows what happened. He just ended up dead. Crazy how that happened. Just crazy. Hello. Let's see. Talk them down. We don't want to cause a ruckus. We don't like ruckuses. Now, you might imagine the death of the Pope, having your city surrounded, your method of food preparation hindered, and water supply cut off, did not sit well with the people of Rome. Upon the walls, the Byzantines could watch their enemies prepare for the upcoming siege. Massive siege. While the Byzantines were able to watch everything be prepared, they got a chance to watch massive siege towers get built slowly over the course of days. Now, inevitably, of course, they realized these were going to be used on them, which really didn't do a good job for morale, but we'll get there in a minute. Belisarius would not sit idly as the Goths prepared, however. He ordered catapults to be placed along the walls. A chain was run across the river to prevent boats from crossing, and no matter how much fortifying he did, he needed more men. He turned to the citizens of Rome, and after stirring the populace to aid in the defense of the city, they too joined the fight, interspersed among his soldiers. With the help of the citizens defending the walls, the impossible task of defending the holy city of Rome becomes more possible. Lastly, there was a weak point along the wall, the tomb of Hadrian, a massive and ominous fortification to be sure, but it was not protected by the city walls. In order for the city to remain in their hands, the beautiful tomb of Hadrian was turned into an actual defensive fortification, or at least as much of one as they could make it. It was already a fort in practicality, so there wasn't really a whole lot more they needed to do. If you haven't seen the tomb of Hadrian, it quite literally is a fort. Like, literally, it is a giant fort with like defensive fortifications built in and everything. And that's how. And there have been additions to it over the years. There have been changes, but for the most part, it's remained relatively the same. It is a crime what ends up happening to it, though. It is an absolute and utter crime what happens to it during the siege. Give me 1 second, guys. We will continue on in a minute. It's also a crime they changed the name just because, but you know, whatever. Details. 20 out of 20. Do I really need these? I don't think I need these slingers. They're costing me money that I don't really need. I really need to take Tarentum back. At least I want to. Why are you... Why are you dying? Don't die. You know what help? I need... an army. And this army will be made up of men, mostly catapults. And for you, my friend, what do I want? Definitely give me that. See, we have soldiers here as well. Hello. What are these? What are those? What are those Herculi? You know, what are these? Hello. Oh, we like that. We like those a lot. What do we need? Oof, we got a way down there. Okay, that's probably not going to happen. But, not a bad idea. Now let's see. Garrison. Bathhouses. Let's go deal with this down here. You're still besieging. Yeah, let's let him sit there. Go on vineyard or fruit? We got Malacca. Probably need the vineyard for public order. And for you, I have that. I already have one of those. Let's do a forum. And as for you, lovely people, let's see here. Do I have enough? Do I have what I need? What I need? I've got cavalry. I've got some skirmishers. Got my melee units. Would not hurt to have more spearmen, I think. What I really need is some catapults so I can take the fight to the Tarentum. To the Tarentum. To Tarentum. Though it looks like they're badly beaten up, but still. What's Tarentum itself looking like? The walls are basically destroyed. The garrison is essentially non-existent. I might be able to pull this off, maybe? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, look at that. I like that. So, back to the preparation. So, for the next 18 days, the Romans would... Hey, Lana, what's going on? So, for 18 days, the Romans would... Night attack is completely balanced. I dare you to convince me otherwise. You won't be able to. The Romans would work, fortifying defenses, adding munitions and siege engines to the walls, organizing citizens into response forces, all while bearing witness to the Goths preparing to tear all their work down. Slowly, what started off as a wooden platform slowly began to form into large towers capable of reaching the top of the city's walls. Each tower was then fitted with battering rams to assist in the sieging process. If they couldn't reach the very top, they'll tear them down. Ooh, which one of these walls is broken? Ah, there they are. We are going to move all of our forces here, yeah? No. All of the forces. There we go. Very good. Sehr gut. Elite Palatina. Yes, very good. And we are going to march all of our men forward. I don't know why I'm speaking like that. It's just funny. Yeah, I've got to see these guys. What do these guys look like? See, I'm not familiar with this symbol. The... whatever, I guess the Angel of Death is what that's supposed to be. I'm not really familiar with any unit that used that. Oh, hello. So I guess we're going to attack in Noble Testudo. See, even if they can even if they can repel me, they can't. They won't be able to take it back from me. Or at least they probably won't. Come on. Yes, so they have reinforcements, and with night attack, that means that they can't get them. So instead of me fighting 3 armies, I'm fighting 1 very battered army. So I lost the city of Tarentum like maybe 10 turns ago. And I've not really been able to get it back because there's just been so many soldiers. I had 1 big fight with them and I won, but it depleted my entire army. So now that I've had a few upgrades and I've got more money and I've had a chance to actually come in and fight, and I have the option for night attack, now they are on their own. They are absolutely on their own. Oh, let's move these. Oh, wait. Aha! We have friends. I love friends. Lots and lots of friends. The sad part is these friends are all going to die. Even more friends. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's my lucky day. I'm gonna beat the crap out of you with spearmen. Nope, not those. I want one of these. Move up. Go, boys, go. Get him. Ah, I can't see anything. No. Yes. Yes. Yes, Palatina, get them. Kill them. Now. Yeah, I'll let my general take care of these guys. Why not? Yes. Yes. Get him, general. Now, so if you remember, the Romans did more than just build fortifications. They also built a massive ditch around the entire city. So it's basically a siege ditch, so that nobody can just run a bunch of towers up there. Do I have friendly fire going on? Yeah, there's nothing going on over here. If anything, I should probably go do that, honestly. Yeah, they're getting stalled out. Okay, so I should have known better than to just push these out. But I'm getting lazy. I just started for the night and I'm already getting lazy. That's always not a good sign, right? So we gotta tear down that gate. Oof, y'all are getting beat up by Explorat. Okay, these guys must be amazing, because these guys are tearing my freaking medium infantry apart. I've always understood Exploratores to be like your light infantry. Really good for unarmored units, but apparently I am wrong. Just tear down that freaking gate. Just do it. Tear it down. Anyway, so the Goths began to gather sticks. And they would actually take sticks and brushwood from the surrounding area, and then they would start binding them together. Now that ditch that I was talking about earlier wouldn't stop the Goths. They refused to let that happen. So what they did is they started piling up those sticks off to the side, and the Romans could do nothing but watch. After a few days, the Romans suffering this, in the siege were beginning to face problems. Without the mills working, the food wasn't being produced as quickly as it should have been. Not to mention a great deal of the able-bodied were being put toward defense, which means that you didn't really have many people to do the other tasks the city needed to function. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. You outnumber these guys, like, insanely high. I am losing a lot of dudes. I should not be losing this many men. Get in. Get in then. Get in. Get in. Get in. Get in. Get in. Charge. Charge. I really, really wish I had cavalry. It'd make this fight a lot easier. Come on. Alright, so. Now, Vitiges had actually planned for all this. That was his goal. Starve the city and basically destroy all of its resources and its ability to function. And what he did is he offered the army safe passage if they would just leave the city. Belisarius defiantly responded, saying that Rome belonged to Romans, and that Goths did not have any claim on the city. He then went on to warn the Goths that any one of them that thought they could take the city would do so over his dead body. Sorely outnumbered, Vitiges didn't think that a bad proposal. Happily, Vitiges was like, alright, you want to die on the walls? I'll let you die on the walls. That's fine. Now remember, Vitiges has got like an army of over 100,000. Belisarius has an army of like 5,000. Plus the citizens of Rome. So essentially militias. This is not a fight in his favor. But even then, you know, if you've got people in the city on your defense, and if you're playing defense, you always have the advantage. Always. I don't care what anybody says. You could be outnumbered 10 to 1. If you're playing defense, you have the advantage. The question is, how do you use the advantage? And that's the big question. And that's the question that we're going to try and discover later tonight. If I can kill these little buggers. See, this is the problem, though, is that I'm not even close to being done for the night, and I've already done a couple pages of notes. It just the siege of Rome just keeps going. It just never ends. Go, 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 go. Come on. Alright, you guys go this way. Run, boys, run! Let's see if we can get you over there really quick and get you in mobile testudo. There we go. Very good. Why are y'all standing still? Don't stand still. It's bad. It's bad for your health. Standing still is bad for your health. Alright. Despite defying the Gothic commander on paper, Belisarius needed food to keep the city. In order to facilitate this, he sent his wife and historian, Procopius, who basically wrote all the history for it, to Naples to secure food to be shipped to the city by sea and then by river. The Goths were completely unprepared for this. The only way for this plan to work was to row heavy shipments upriver manually. It was near impossible, so it came as a surprise to everybody that men would be seen rowing boats of supplies into Rome, then rowing back out to bring in more. With these shipments completed, any hope of forcing the Romans into surrender evaporated. A siege would be the only option to take the city at this point, so on March 21st of 537, the first assault on Rome had officially started. Early morning, as the sun was rising, an alarm was heard throughout the city. Soldiers and citizens hurried to their positions, bows drawn, catapults loaded. Throughout the entire city, the business of war was all that could be heard. Militia leaders and commanders were shouting orders, encouraging their men, and ensuring discipline was maintained. Belisarius then made his way up to the walls. He looked down beyond the wall. Upon seeing the field, he began to laugh. 4 very large siege towers were slowly lumbering their way forward. He then drew his bow, but ordered no man to fire a single shot without his direct order. Let's take this real quick. Everybody goes up. Come on. Oh, let's get you over there. Over here. And over here. Very good. That should be good. He then drew his bow, he then drew his bow, and everybody looked really confused. Everybody looked very confused. And feelings of confusion, anxiety, and terror began gripping the soldiers on the wall. The Goths were filling the ditch with those lovely bundles we talked about earlier, which kind of pissed a lot of people off because they spent a lot of effort and time putting those ditches around the wall. And now they were just filling them with giant sticks. Now those sticks would be used to facilitate the next part of this. Those siege towers needed something to cross. Those sticks were going to be the way they did it. So, with a smile upon his face, Belisarius nocked an arrow, drew and let loose. His arrow soared and struck a Gothic commander, killing him. He then drew another, loosed, and killed another commander. And then another. And then another. And then another. Now, the men began to cheer their general on, seeing this as a sign of victory. Belisarius then ordered his archers to be ready to fire. The siege towers were now dangerously close to reaching the walls, but the Goths had made a fatal error. The towers were being pulled by oxen, unprotected at the front of the towers. Instead of firing upon the men, Belisarius ordered all the archers to fire upon the oxen. Slowly, one by one, the oxen were turned into Roman pincushions. One by one, the towering behemoths stopped, useless to the Goths. Now the Goths only had ladders and grit to get them through the walls. There's got to be more soldiers around here somewhere. There's no way there's no soldiers around here somewhere. And where the heck are they? I'm just getting pelted by arrows here. Test unit for you guys. Where's the Where are my... Can't possibly sit there and say that this is it. Okay. Are there... Where are the soldiers? Where are the soldiers? There's got to be another set of soldiers around here somewhere. There's no way. Oh, I've already won, that's why. Duh. Yeah, I saw that. Leave me alone, Kurogan. Leave me alone. I'm doing too many things at once. And I've also got my beverage, which may or may not be affecting me yet. Who knows? We'll find out. So Vitiges, seeing his main assault failing, left a force to continue distracting the guards along the wall and moved to attack the... I'm going to try my best to say this properly. The Praenestine Gate. I'm sure my Latin is terrible and will not pass for that. But occupado, definitely occupado, and let's can I rebuild any of this? No, I don't have the money. For some reason, I used up all my money. So let's see if we can free up some cash here and start working on them walls. At the very least, let's get those walls done. Where can I get some money? Give me money. Here, give me that back. That's more than enough money. Thank you. That can actually go away. But give me all this. Yes. And now they have that. I can't cancel the aqueduct. That's how I lost. That's how they lost. I say that's how they lost. That's how they get in trouble. I honestly forgot what I turned off. So where's the aqueduct that I grabbed? That's a forum. It's a reservoir. I just grabbed something and just said screw it, get rid of it. Carthago Nova. That's where Majorian's hope for reconquering Africa died. I genuinely don't know where I had an aqueduct building. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I've got my money and I've got what I needed, so I'm happy. I'm good. They're not the same thing. They're not the same thing. The aqueduct is the thing that gets the water there. The reservoir holds it. Silly, silly people. Now, ooh, a governor earned something. Let's see. -6 construction costs. Okay, that's fair, yeah. That's fine. Although I'm not really going to be recruiting anybody there. Ooh, negative corruption. We love negative corruption. More negative corruption. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Give me more of my money back. Tax rate. I'm surprised how does he have 0 influence? He must just be awful for gaining influence. I know that cancels out. But I thought that, like, doing stuff actually got you more stuff. Honestly, if I could get Honorius to just commit seppuku, I would. If I can just get you to die without being dishonorable about it, I would totally do it. Now let's see if we can move you guys down here. Give some reinforcements. Alright, so. Yeah. The Prenestine Gate. Here the fortifications were lower and easier to overcome. Though adapted many times over the years, this so-called gate was truly only meant to be a support structure for the aqueduct running into Rome. As a matter of fact, you can actually Google search this this gate. It still exists, and you can see what it is that they're talking about. They just basically took an aqueduct and turned it into a gate. Not the worst idea in the world. The problem is that an aqueduct isn't supposed to be a gate. So, yeah. The wall also was used as a pen for wild animals to be sent to the arena for combat with gladiators during Rome's more paganistic days. But since its practice had been outlawed, the area was rarely used and the wall had begun to crumble. With the addition of Vitiges to their ranks, along with his force he brought, the Gothic force slowly overtook the gate. The street leading to the gate and the entranceway of the gate itself began to choke on the mountains of dead that were falling beneath it. Belisarius eventually receives a call for aid from the defense commanders, Bisanus and Peranius. Do I want to have peace? I think I do. Let's do peace. Let's see. So Bisanus and Peranius sent word that the gate would fall immediately without assistance. Belisarius, of course, immediately moved his cavalry brigade through the city to reinforce the wavering defenders. Belisarius arrived just as the gate fell. He ordered an immediate charge before the Goths could strike further into the city. We're doing a defensive action. Fantastic. The Goths, having just taken massive casualties and exhausted by the fighting, were then hit with a large cavalry charge in the already choked streets and connecting bridge. The gate had been saved, the cavalry charge had scared or killed the remaining Goths, but Belisarius' next goal was to ensure that the gate stayed that way. He ordered another charge out of the city and burned the remaining siege works on that side of the city. The Prenestine Gate had been saved, though just barely. Oh my gosh, jeez, how many... Am I getting a ton of reinforcements, or is that just an error in the game? Good lord, that is awful. Do I get my siege works? No, I don't. Oh, there we go, that's better. I was like, hold up. Now, I know these guys are not going to just sit idly by. They're just going to charge right in. At least that's what I would do. Just charge straight in. And I think that gate is still broken. Ah, no, it's not. It's only mostly broken. I can't even say mostly. It's halfway broken. It's halfway broken. Now. There we go. And we will have reinforcements coming on us relatively shortly. In the meantime, let's move all of you guys right up here. And let's get my Germanic slingers up there, actually. That'd be nice. Yeah. Get them slingers up there. Now. Come at me, bro. Get them up there. They should. This is a terrible decision to try and... Oh, I guess technically, if you're going to do it, this is the best time to do it, whenever my units are weak. Oh, we're going to be slinging all right. We're going to be slinging like nobody's business. Now, they also might get stuff thrown at them, but, you know, details. Oof. Oh, that was a nasty shot. Oh, good lord. Oh, that was painful to watch. I could almost feel my bones break. I mean, heaven can wait for you maybe, but those guys not so much. Yeah, get them, boys. Get them, boys. Get them. Just right there. Just knock them right off their horsies. There they go. Did one of those just stop and then fling forward? There they go. Yeah, just knocking them right off those horsies. Throw those lawn darts. More lawn darts. Oh my god, that's just absolutely devastating. Ow. That hurts so bad. Are we? Oh yeah, we are. I'm sorry. They look like they're throwing lawn darts. Hey, where are you going? Do I have a broken piece in the wall? No, I don't. The rest of the wall's fine. We're good. Yeah, boys. Get them. Throw those things. I forget what these are called. They're not javelins. They're something else. Technically they're javelins, but they're not called javelins. Their purpose is the same. Alright, I should probably move a defensive force to the north. Or wait, which way's north? to the top. I am drinking watered down liquor. Because if I don't, my mouth will go numb. And then I'll be like, which is funny, I'll grant you, but it won't be funny for me, because then I'll be like, the thing, and they'll die. That'll be me if I don't do that. And if you ask me the name for it, I genuinely don't know. Somebody handed it to me at a party, and they're like, hey, we have, like, too many of these. And I said, okay. And I just took it. And I didn't check it. I just poured myself a glass and said, I'll just have some. And for me to find the name means I gotta go downstairs and then get the label and then look. I'll say get the label. Get the bottle and look at the label. I just can't be bothered. So y'all are just gonna hang out over here, huh? Ooh, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing? Why are you doing it? That's the big question. Why are you doing it? But yeah, for me, here's a little dirty secret. Most alcohol and liquor to me is wasted on me, and the reason being is one, because most of the time I can't really tell the difference. I think the only time I've ever had any kind of liquor that really tasted good. Like, cheers. What was I gonna say? Right. The only thing that I've ever had that actually tasted really good was a specific type of scotch that tasted like caramel. And most scotch that I've tasted tastes like, well, hold on. I don't want to use bad words. It tastes like crap. Most scotch that I've tasted tastes like absolute garbage. It makes my mouth feel like I wish that I had just swallowed a porcupine instead of drinking scotch. But they gave me a thimble of this stuff, and it tasted it was like literally drinking liquid caramel, and I was like, that I would drink nonstop, all day, every day. Until I found out that it was like $1,500 a bottle, I think minimum, and even then they only sold to certain clientele. And here's the thing, this is the only time I've ever had alcohol where I was like, that's delicious. I want that. And so, like, I'm not Mr. Alcohol Connoisseur, or like, oh, this is the best stuff you'll ever get, or this is the good stuff. I don't care. I just don't care. I can't be bothered to care. Most of the time it all tastes the same to me, so it's wasted on me. It's like a really good meal to me. Like, I can taste the difference between a really good meal and a really crappy meal, but to me, food is food. You know, if I can eat it, I'm happy. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, I only have the finest steaks. It's like, I just don't care. I grew up basically living off of burnt everything and awful food, so I just don't care. I guess no one's coming to see me, so I guess I will just invite myself over. And definitely move these guys over. Oh, y'all are attacking that? Oh, okay, alright, I see what you're doing here. You're gonna try to knock a hole through here. Okay, alright. Look at that. Look at that. But yeah, I wish I knew what kind of scotch it was, but they didn't tell me. They, I think a friend of mine took me on, I know a friend took me on like some kind of trip, and he was like, you gotta go to this place, man. We went here last time, they had like really good scotch. And I was like, I freaking hate scotch. I don't want to drink it. He's like, nah, man, you don't understand. It's different. Everybody says that their favorite drink is different. Nah, man. It's smoother, or it's like, it doesn't quite have that aftertaste. Everybody tells me the same thing. This is different, I swear. And it's like, all right, fine, whatever. And it all tastes the same to me. But that was the only time that I was like, all right, I believe you when you say this is different. True. But I couldn't tell you what the brand was. I just can't remember it. Mostly because when I heard it was like really, really expensive, I was like, nope. Doesn't matter if I want it or not. I'll never be able to afford $1,500 for freaking liquor, or for freaking scotch. Just not gonna happen. And even if I could, I wouldn't pay for it. If I wanted to drink caramel, I would just go literally get caramel and just like heat it up in a freaking ceramic tray thing and just drink it that way. Oh, sorry. The the cynic is showing. Come on, come on. Y'all are in formation, very good. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a long siege. Just because they're not gonna do anything. Why can't I go over here? Whatever, fine. So, while they're shooting their little flamey balls at me, let's just keep going. Where was I? Right. So, Hadrian's tomb is a place where the fighting was growing ever more desperate. Though a giant fortification in its own right, its position slightly outside the walls made it a weaker target. Here, Gothic siege ladders were put to use. Goths scaled the walls, arrows raining down upon their heads. Ladders were set, pushed, and reset. Atop Hadrian's tomb, the defenders could hear the screams echoing throughout the city and could see the devastation that the Goths were causing. The defenders of the tomb were in a most perilous position. Since the structure stood apart from the walls, it was isolated with more ways to attack it. Instead of focusing their attention forward, they had to quickly move between sections of the tomb. Surrounded, the Byzantine and Roman citizen defenders refused to give ground. As Goths gained a foothold, they would immediately be repelled. Archers would rain death upon their attackers, and throughout the day, slowly, the bodies of the slain would begin to collect at the base of the tomb. Finally, the Byzantines had run out of arrows, but the Goths had not run out of men. Oh my gosh, there's two ways in now. Let's move these guys forward. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're going to come from here. Stretch out. Okay, so this is where things are going to get spicy and fun. Because now I got to worry about this place falling. So this is the problem with playing games while you're actually trying to tell stories. It's difficult. It's hard. Slow it down. Alright. Stretch you guys out. Let's get you guys over here. Let's get you guys over here. That should be, yeah, that's everybody. So we either live or die here, guys. I lose Tarentum, or they die on the walls. There is no middle ground here. Throw your lawn darts, men. Yep. Let's see here. Where was I? The defenders, exhausted from the day's fighting, would have to resort to a bloody, brutal melee atop the walls. They watched as their soon-to-be killers continued their climb unhindered until an order came: smash the statues. They would stash the marble and they would smash the priceless and centuries-old marble statues and use the pieces to hurl down at their defenders. Now I'm going to stop there and just say, I understand where they're coming from, but holy crap, man. These are works of art that basically stop existing after this point in time. Like, the level of detail and love that went into making those statues is never replicated again. Like, they're destroying stuff that doesn't exist again until like 1,000 years later. And I say that meaning the fact that, like, the practice of doing like any kind of marble work dies until like the Renaissance. Until somebody somewhere goes, you know, the Romans had like this really cool idea, which was like carving marble and making it look good. Like that dies. it is essentially a lost art now, and they're smashing pieces of this stuff just to keep the Goths off of them. I understand, but holy crap. If the Goths wanted the tomb so badly, the defenders would give it to them piece by freaking piece. So the statues of vigilant Roman gods and Christian angels alike were smashed. Arms, legs, torsos, trumpeters, all were hurled down from the ramparts, their weight crushing and shattering the soldiers who were unfortunate enough to get in its way. By the day's end, Hadrian's tomb had held. Barely. The city had held. The Gothic forces had been repelled, and Rome stood defying their numerically superior invaders. At the end of the day, the price tag the Goths paid was 30,000 dead, along with another 30,000 wounded, and what they received for this price was piles of dead at the walls. Another assault was deemed to be too costly, so they waited. If they could not take the city by force, they would starve the city until they surrendered. A solid plan, a stable plan, and a plan that really could have been implemented like 2 days ago. But for some reason, they needed to take it now. So, 60,000 men were essentially dead or wounded, all because people couldn't wait. Sounds about right. Alright, let's see. Horsies, I need you all to work. All I do is work, bark, 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 bark. Okay, now let's go see. Assault these guys. I think this siege is now over. Aside from those ballistaries, or whatever they're called, ballistas, they're done. Yeah, I think they're done. Now, that doesn't mean, however, that there was no fight at this point. The Byzantines would occasionally sally out of the city and drive their besiegers away, destroy Gothic, newly made siege equipment, then run back inside. Now, you'd think that after the first few times the Goths would prepare for this, you'd also be wrong. The Byzantines put this tactic to use over and over and over and over again, and it worked every single time, because for some reason, they couldn't bother to defend against the same tactic over and over and over again. I have no idea why that was a thing. But what they would do is they would just basically line up their cavalry right outside the gate. They would throw the gates open and just charge. and then scare off all the Goths, destroy all their stuff, burn the camp that they made right outside the gate, and then run back in. For some reason, this was such a complicated thing that the enemy just could not figure out how to defend against that. I have no idea how you couldn't, like, I mean, the first 2 or 3 times, I get it. I get it. You know, you're still trying to figure this out. I get it. But, like, after a few times, you'd think you'd learn your lesson. But you didn't. So, it is what it is. Get some trade jetties up in here. Let's just finish these guys off and call it a day there. Alright, so I actually really hate breaking this up over and over again, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just finish this out. And then I'm just going to focus on the story. We're going to get to the fountain in a little bit, but first, got to take care of all those nasty, pesky rebels. Alright, so. Now, this plan worked every single time up until a certain point. Now, I'm going to stop playing for a little bit just so I can focus on this. We got a long way to go, and I do want to get done with it tonight. Oh, wow, I'm actually doing a lot better than I thought. Okay, cool. So, one of the things that happened is that this gave the Roman citizenry a lot of unearned valor? Confidence. Let's use the word confidence. And so the average Roman citizen was like, wow, these guys can do it. Why can't we do it? And so they petitioned Belisarius to join the rallies and the raids. And every single time Belisarius said no. And eventually the militia start getting upset. They're stuck behind the walls. They're not doing anything. They're just idly standing by. The problem is that they're not professional soldiers. The tactics that they're using require professional soldiers. So this is a problem. You have a bunch of militiamen that make up the bulk of your army now that are getting antsy and restless. And they're demanding that they need to be a part of the fight. Admirable, but not organized, not trained. Or you could have them start maybe becoming a problem behind the walls. Also not a very good idea. So, eventually, Belisarius capitulates and allows them to go on one of these raids. Now, all the militia had to do was advance to the enemy's former position after the initial cavalry charge, burn and destroy everything they found, and then leave. And at first, this worked okay. At first, the cavalry charge out, the militia go out in a phalanx formation, and they started burning things, but they got about halfway through, and one of them says, "Ooh, look, shiny. There's some shiny stuff over here. I wonder what that is. Oh, look, that guy over there, he's got some really cool armor. I want that too." And so very quickly, the entire militia force breaks down. And the Goths, seeing this breakdown, turn from the cavalry and run back. And right now the militia is in complete disorder. They're in complete disarray. And the the Roman cavalry commander, seeing the Goths now sallying back towards the gate, calls for a complete and total 180 on his cavalry charge, and is desperately trying to keep the militia from getting slaughtered, which is what begins to happen. The Goths may be disorganized, but they are professional in some ways soldiers. They are experienced soldiers. The militia are people that have lived in this city their whole lives and never had to fight anybody. Except now. So, needless to say, the Goths were just cutting them down left and right. Needless to say, this entire thing turned into an utter disaster. Nothing was gained, but all the feeling of success the militia had disappeared, so at least they didn't want to go on the raid again. Now, the siege had been going on for some months, and the Goths managed to take the port of Rome. The port was not at the city itself, but rather a few miles away. So now Rome was completely surrounded and cut off. Belisarius knew how quickly the people of Rome could betray him, and so at this point started cycling guards at the gates more frequently. That way the Goths couldn't build any friendships with the gate guards. He also changed the locks on the gates as well. And let's not forget, he also walled up certain sections of the city like we talked about last time. Like, there was literally gates that he just sealed, and to this day they're either gone or they're not opened yet. Aside from the occasional raid, the siege of Rome had settled with not much changing on either side until finally some reinforcements made its way to the Byzantines. Don't ask me how, because I can't seem to find out what frickin' entrance they used, because every entrance was blocked. I have no idea how they made it into the city. I mean, my only guess is that they went up the river, but I have no idea. They just don't bother to tell me. So who knows? Now, upon seeing these fresh forces, Vitiges offered a truce until a peace could be reached. Belisarius agreed, but was skeptical of the Goths upholding their end of the truce. So he sent an officer named John out to raid northern Italy, but not to engage with any soldiers if they ran into any. Now, John had a nickname. John's nickname was Sanguinarius, or the Bloody. So you can imagine that he's not a very nice guy. And John didn't just raid villages. He started actually taking real military action. If he saw a target, he just took it. But he would actually just go around and just start burning cities and villages to the ground. I mean, there's a time and a place for the Sherman method of dealing with your enemy, but he's burning and razing villages to the ground to the point where that's their food. That's people's homes. You know, you're now displacing a crap ton of people. Crap, I lost my place. Darn it. No! Right. So successful was this tactic that he eventually began marching on the Gothic capital of Ravenna. Hey, Ham. At this point, Vitiges is not hearing about a raiding force, but an army marching on his city, and he decides he needs to bring this siege to a close. So he tries to borrow a playbook from Belisarius, borrow a play from Belisarius' playbook, and tries to sneak soldiers in via the aqueduct. And this plan was thwarted because Belisarius posted guards at the aqueduct for some strange reason. He then tried to utilize his agents inside the city to intoxicate some of the gate guards. This also failed due to one of the agents telling Belisarius Vitiges' plan. As a last-ditch effort, Vitiges ordered an assault on the Pinician Gate. This just ended in Goths full of arrows. It is at this point Vitiges abandons the siege of Rome. About a solid year had passed, and Rome remained in the hands of the Byzantines. His army was suffering from disease and lack of resources. He had failed multiple times to retake Rome, and now he had received word that the capital of Ravenna was going to be taken. The only choice he had was to leave for Ravenna. So on March 12, 538, the Goths burned their camps and began their march back to the city of Ravenna. Excuse me. One can imagine the defeat and shame the Ostrogoths carried with them as they slowly marched from the field. Fortunately, Belisarius was a kind man and would attempt to relieve as many of them from this pain and this burden as he could. As the Ostrogoths slowly marched across the Milvian Bridge, the gates of Rome began to open. Slowly, Belisarius and his army marched out and stood outside the open gate. The man the Goths so desperately wanted dead was now watching them flee the field. So the Goths continued to march, offering a miniature parade of sorts for their viewers. But as half of the Goths had crossed the Milvian Bridge, horns blew and the roars of voices were raised as the Byzantine army descended upon the retreating Goths. The Byzantines didn't end up doing a whole lot in all actuality. because they were so terrified that most of the damage done was from the Goths leaping from the bridge and then drowning themselves in the river. Because, good idea. The last hurrah of an ending siege, as it were, but the Gothic defeat at Rome did not spell the end for the Goths. Thanks to politics standing in Rome, thanks to politics and standing in Roman traditions, some of the Byzantine generals begin to stop working together. So far, I've been focusing on Belisarius, but there was another major general present during the Gothic War named Narses. Narses, the eunuch, was a favorite among Justinian and Theodora as an advisor and general, and was sent to reinforce Belisarius in his campaign in Italy. After the successful defense of Rome, Narses and Belisarius were attempting to put together a plan as to how to move forward. After a message arrived calling for aid in Armenium due to Vitiges sieging it, the choice was removed from both generals, and they marched their army to relieve the city. And that is the end of the siege of Rome for now. I say not for now. It is done for now. We're going to pick up next week. And this is going to take me a long time if I didn't just cut it off there. So that was the siege of Rome. There are, again, I did find acts of heroism and more detailed stories, but I found them too late. I couldn't put them into the main story. So what I'm probably going to do later is I'm going to actually put those in another section. Maybe next time I'll write out a section that's a bit more about the specifics, because I actually found a guy who single-handedly held off like a Gothic force with nothing but javelins. Like that's a pretty cool story. It's not a very long one, but it's really cool. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to have time for that, because the problem with these is that if they're too long, then I'll spend way too much time playing, and then I won't ever get done with the game or get done with the actual section. If I don't spend enough time on it, then I end up not playing. So it's a catch-22 that I got to deal with all the time. Not that I'm complaining. It's a good thing to have to deal with. But what we're gonna do, hopefully, is I'll be able to get those stories weaved in. Definitely want to put those stories in now that I found them. And yes, Ham, I am streaming. Although there was a chance this afternoon that I wasn't going to be able to stream, but I'm very happy that I have been able to do so. One more turn. Okay. Malacca. Now, one of the things I've also done is that I'm actually many weeks ahead from where I need to be. And so what I've done with the second phase of the Gothic War that I'm working on right now is I've actually changed some of the formatting. So before, I'm actually skipping over like little itty bitty details, and I decided that why would I want to do that? Why am I skipping over the little itty bitty things? There's lots of beautiful and lovely things in the itty bitty things in life. So you're not going to see them until after the Lasik War, which we won't really cover, but in that time period. But after Belisarius leaves Italy, you're going to see a lot more detail go into, or say a lot more little things that end up happening go into the story. And the reason for that is because, honestly, I kind of like the little details, and I'm assuming y'all do too, so I decided to stop excluding the itty-bitty things and just include them. I mean, the worst thing that happens is y'all say, dude, just get on with it. And then I'll be like, oh, okay. But I'm okay with that. If that's the price, I'm fine with it. Let's see here. Y'all are really unhappy. Jeez. Okay, why are y'all so unhappy? What is wrong with you? Food. Do I not have enough food? I do not have enough food. I definitely don't have enough food. Good lord. Okay. Trade jetties. Who's sucking up all my food? That's 10, 30. That's money. That's food. That is 40 plus. This is wealth. I probably need to convert that into something else, though. Wait, why does a bathhouse cost food? That doesn't make any sense to me. Who eats in a bath? That's stupid. I mean, maybe that's an American thing. I don't know. Does anybody eat in the bath? I don't even know. Is that a thing? And maybe I'm just the weird one. Like, do people have meals in the bath? Personally, I think it's weird. But if you do it, I'm not judging. I just think it's weird. Let's see here. This is a general. This is a general. So let's give you that. Don't need a navy, so. Meantime. There we go. Let's get that out of my way for now.
My lord offers you peace.
Oh, there y'all are. You will give me something. You'll be a puppet state. How about that? You don't get a trade with me, but you get no? I'll take the money. I'll take the money. Oh, Lord have mercy. Who's And to think, Attila hasn't even shown up yet.
It is a small matter.
Oh, that's fine. I don't mind breaking my word for that. That's 3,000 gold I just gained. I'll take it. And then I'll just go over there and raise their village to the ground and call it a day. Well, as soon as my my army stops being plagued. The next big thing is that since we are wrapping up the Gothic War in the next, well, I keep saying that it's going to happen soon, but we got like another month left. But we are in the final stages of this. I've already have one kind of special planned and ready for everything for one of the people that we haven't really talked about just yet that I've kind of ignored. But I would like to see people's. Oh, hello. What has happened? Oh no! Somebody killed one of my guys. No. Wasn't this guy though? Good lord. That guy's like looks like a walking nightmare. But I would definitely like to hear what people want to talk about next. Because my next plan was just to start at the Roman kingdoms. And then work my way up to the Roman Republic, and then go through the Roman Empire. So that would take me probably a decade to do. It's just so much information. Now, the big question is any of it, well, not any of it, is it reliable? It's the one thing I don't like about, especially the Roman Republic. There's a lot of information that I wouldn't necessarily call accurate or reliable. Let's see here. Jeez. Okay, now I got my army up there. I got the city of Tarentum. Oh look, Tarentum's all happy now. They're like, yay, thank you, Myth, for saving us from the horrible barbarians. And I'm like, you're welcome. You, sir, are welcome. I'm glad to be of service here. Now, let's see here. Food consumption minus 100, so another 50, and I can afford another 50. And in return, that's a big jump of income, so I'll take it. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Greco-Roman paganism is overtaking my stuff here. That cannot be allowed to happen. Especially not in Rome.
The Lord's work is never done.
Now, let's see. There we go. Get that Latin Christianity back up. See, do I want... What kind of food is good? So let's give us... Was it the fields that produce the most food? I can't remember. Let's see, 72 plus 18 plus 10 plus 5. So yeah, this is the one. Fishing jetties. Oh. Indeed it will, and I will sit a priest in this area, and he will preach the good news to all the people. And those that will not convert will be asked considerably and often to think better. We will nag them into submission. I mean, it works. It works for lots of people. I mean, not me. I can't nag people into doing what I want. I have to actually, try and, convince them. I'm terrible at nagging. I have no follow through with that. If I have to actually commit real time to try and convince you, or not convince you, I don't mind doing. I don't mind talking your ear off. But if I have to nag you to do it, I'm like, I just don't care. It's alright, Grim. We forgive you. But just this one time. Mister, I have $1 million worth of wood just sitting in my backyard. There's just miles and miles of trees that he's cut down. So not only are you wealthy, you're also harming the trees. What a bad person. What a bad person. Ooh, look at that. So let's retreat you.
Gathering supplies.
Sorry, Grim, you've actually missed the history section already. Sorry, dude. But there's probably going to be more parts of it later on. So tonight we wrapped up the Siege of Rome, and we are going to be moving into, well, actually, I'll wait. Next week we'll pick up with what actually happens. I'm not going to give it away. Hey, it's good, man. And so, one of the things I did this time is the last, this time I think about halfway through the reading, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to say the reading, the history. I just simply said, you know what, I'm going to stop playing and just go through it, because otherwise if I don't, it's going to take me forever. Alright, let's see, let's get everybody up here. And let's go this way. Pop. Pop. There we go. Okay, and then let's get my boaty boats right over here. And and I'm a horsey. Yeah, those are already over there. That was alright. Just tiring. Now, about halfway through the day, let's say halfway, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon today, we had a big old storm come through that only lasted just a few minutes, but what it did was, like, knock out the power, and I was like, oh, that's not good. And so I called the power company. The power company's like, yeah, we're going to get somebody to come fix it, no problem. You'll have power back within an hour. It's like, that's cool. So I go out and I get some food. When I come back, power's not on. I said, oh, that's not good. I can't do the things that I need to do today if I don't have power. I can't even do the stream. So I was like, well, if I can't do all my other chores and I can't do the stream, I guess it's kind of a win-win. Like, I can't do either. I say win-win. It's like, if I can't do the chores and I can't do the stream, it seems, in my opinion, like a what's the word? Like cosmic justice. Like, if it didn't work, I can't play. The problem is that I call them back again. So like, hey, like, when is my power coming back on? They're like, oh yeah, it'll be on tomorrow evening. And I was like, oh, that's a long time. Oh dear. That'll really mess up my day. And like, yeah, sorry. And that was essentially it. Not like, you know, hey, we're working on it, we're really sorry. It's just, oh yeah, no, sorry, sucks. It's like, that seems odd. Okay. So I sent a message out earlier today that was like, hey, sorry, no stream tonight, guys. And like, of course, 20 minutes after I put that out, the power comes back on, and I was like, oh, all right, I guess that was fast. But yeah, that was very weird. And the thing is, the storm didn't last very long. Although, you know, full disclosure, it was nasty for when it was here, but it only lasted like 15 minutes. But man, for those 15 minutes, it was, whew, it was making making itself known. Absolutely. There we go. Get them. Puncture them. Fill them with tiny little arrows. Oh, that's right, I have horsies. It did. It rained today for a solid 15 minutes. And once it was done, it was like, bye. There was no clouds. It was just, it came through, it poured down rain, and then it decided it was done. I cannot tell you, like, where it came from. I can only tell you what happened. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it was a very big storm. It was just really vocal when it was here. You know what I'm saying? It really wanted everybody to know that it was here. And so it did. When it shut off my power for like 4 hours. Like, I'm not gonna lie. There was a time when I was like, I was folding laundry by candlelight. That was a lot of fun. You ever tried going into a pitch black closet with a little candle, a scented candle? I felt super weird. I felt super creepy when I was doing that. I was like, I'm walking through my own closet with a scented candle that somebody gave me like one time 5 years ago. And the only reason I kept it was because, funny, I don't want scented candles. And there it is.
General is dead. A lethal blow.
No, run, horsies, run, run! The man that is strong enough.
Running for their lives.
Yeah, but then I can't charge my phone. So the longer I keep the dang, light on, the more juice I burn. And if I wasn't going to get power back until tomorrow, that means that I couldn't get it back. So I needed to have my phone. So there you go. And actually, I do have a mag light that's a really good one. I'm not going to go sit in my car to charge my phone. No, absolutely not. I am not one of those pathetic people. No. 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 I refuse. Your methodology is inferior. I refuse to charge my phone in my car. Especially for if that's all I'm doing. Nope. And by the way, the man that owns scented candles is a man that is completely and totally confident in his ability to not give a freaking hell what anybody thinks. No, it was a gift. Somebody got it to me as a joke. And it was like vanilla. And I forget what it was. This is one of my old friends from my old from my old job, and they got it to me for what was it? I actually have one, but I couldn't find it. I found the darn thing, but only after. I found it after the power came back on. So, like, after everything was said and done, I was like, I know I have, because I have 2 battery packs. And the last time I used it was during that winter storm that Ham is referencing. And no problem. But I was like, where the hell is it? I thought I put it in my office, and I guess I didn't. Because when I went looking for it, I tore out all my drawers. I tore out every place that I store random crap that I don't need. I even took out my cable drawer, which is just a drawer full of random cables and batteries and things that are probably in power adapters, things that I'm never going to use. And I was like, well, you're not in there, so that's weird. Find out that it's like next to my nightstand. They're in my nightstand. So I was like, all right, I guess that makes sense there too, but whatever. But yeah, I was a little upset about that because I was like, man, all right, whatever. But hey, for a while, my home smelled very nice. Smelled kind of nice and vanilla-y. The problem was that it was already really hot because, you know, no AC. Let's see here. Now let's see. Gold. I like gold. I will take that. Give me more trade. Give me more tariffs.
We hunger for battle.
Okay. See, now let's see what year is it? 413. So what? Attila arrives in 425? Question mark? 425? So I got like another decade of turns before he shows up, if I'm not mistaken. I should be able to reconquer bits and pieces of this by then, hopefully. Maybe kind of, sort of.
For death and honor.
Yeah, you better run. Freaking traitors.
Wipe them out.
Oh man, just... But this week for news... okay, so one of the things I did recently is I actually like kind of purposefully avoided Twitter and like social media for a while. And I actually was like, this is a good decision. And for some stupid reason, I said, okay, I've missed a few days. Like, you know, I'm going to go see what's going on in the world. And for the love of all that is good, what has happened? Like, I mean, Twitter's always bad. That part's not the issue. Like, I learned of a man named Chris Chan today. And, God, I wish I hadn't. Just, God, I wish I had never learned of this person. I can't quite describe how horrifying that revelation was. While I'm sitting there reading this, the more I'm reading it, I'm going, wow, somebody freaking gouge my eyes out for me and just help me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. You don't wanna. But just holy crap, man. It's really, really hard to fight people that go, nah, just burn it all down. When you like really hear about that, I'm just like, oh, god dang it. All you people are weird. Everybody's weird. Stop being weird. Stop being like creepy and disgusting. I say all you people, not y'all people. Oh, maybe y'all people. I don't know y'all that well. I mean, I assume you're not y'all, but preferably don't do what that guy did.
Siege to the settlement.
If you've got the option, and you do, don't do what that guy did.
Like kenneled dogs.
Just, wow. Oh, and if you hate yourself, go ahead. Definitely go Google search what I'm talking about. Just go do it. It'll be one of those things that I'm washing my hands of right now, but jeez. Man, these guys are still suffering from that. Good lord. They've even got a reservoir. And what's our food looking like? We got tons of food. I'm not doing anything with my food right now. That is crazy. 101 excess food. That is just straight up silly talk. Now, there we go. Very good. Yes, very good. Convert the population to the one true God. But anyway, as I was saying earlier, I would love to hear what y'all want me to go over after I'm done with the Gothic War. I would like to know what I'm going to be doing next. Otherwise, I'll just start on the Roman kingdoms, the Roman Republic. I've looked at other points of history. I've looked at the Templar states and the Templar counties in the Middle East. I've looked at maybe doing just straight up Dark Ages and just continuing on. I've looked at the rise of England, like the fractured kingdoms in England, followed by the unification, followed by the Kingdom of Great Britain. Like I mean, we can look at lots of that. If you really hate me, you can ask me to do the Kingdom of France. And if you really, really hate me, you'll ask me to do the Kingdom of Germany, or maybe the philosophical. I guess any German philosopher, I guess, would be also just as evil. We can look at like World War One. We can look at World War Two. We can do the whole 9 yards. I just gotta know what y'all want me to do next. That way, I can kind of start prepping for it. That'd be fantastic. Because there will come a point in time where the Gothic War does end. It'll, it's a massive series, but we're a lot closer than I think. All right, let's see. Tarentum, can I leave you yet? Are you happy yet? No, you are not happy yet. You need at least one more turn. Yes, very good. So anything planned for the weekend, guys? Anything fun or exciting? Anything that's going to change those lives? Man, these turns feel like they take forever sometimes. Just keep going and going and going. That is one of the downsides to having, like, being the Western Roman Empire. Everybody's taking their turns, but I don't always have to see it. Unless, of course, you are the Western Roman Empire, and everywhere you look, you've got enemies, so every time you do that. Watching me... Oh, that is so nice of you, Ham. That is so nice of you. But that also means that somebody has to play Halo with me tomorrow, unless we're... I guess I could play, Ow, that hurts. That hurts, Ham. My soul, it stings just a little bit. Just a little bit. The faction of Gaul has been destroyed. And all these people's freaking loyalty is just collapsing because they just don't know what it means to be just good peoples. And Honorius really needs to get his crap together. Right, they're almost all dead, so I'm just going to take the settlement. I really need him to gain some influence. Occupado. Actually, not that one. Tear it down. Now. Oh, hello. Palatina guards get replaced. And I think those are only defensive troops, right? And only for big cities. So like Carthago. Yep. I would love to recruit Palatina guards. I think those are the general's bodyguard in all intents and purposes.
For God himself.
Back up.
And fall back.
Now, can I move you? I cannot. Or, you know what we could do? We could just do deep dives into, like, really stupid stuff like Warhammer lore and just make me want to smash my brain against the wall. I love Warhammer lore, but I'm pretty sure the company is committing suicide right now. I'm not convinced that they're doing smart stuff. I'm really, really not liking some of the directions they're taking with their company. I love Warhammer. I do. I love it to death. But, they're making it really hard to follow them. Alright, now let's stop focusing so much on that. Let's focus on that. Let's get some more money coming in. That's 12, so let's get some more wheat fields. And now, let's see, you guys, are y'all happy now? Are y'all ready to go? Can I leave y'all? No, I can't. Instability, -1 per turn. Yeah, we can do Rise of the Republic of Rome. Absolutely, we can do that. Because the Republic is formed out of spite for the kingdoms. And, yeah, it's very interesting, actually. The first idea of the Roman Republic and how it evolves over time is very interesting to me. That being said, most history is interesting to me. It takes a very special event in history that makes me go, whatever. Although I take it back, there are some points in history that I'm like, I just don't care. Like anything involving the Egyptians, I just can't be bothered to care. I don't find anything the Egyptians did interesting. I know that many people that like I know some people personally that really like Egyptian history, and they try to talk to me about it, and I'm just like, I just don't care. I think the Egyptians are just boring. I think their culture is boring. I think their gods are boring. I think that their battle tactics were boring. I don't find them interesting. I know they were powerful. I'm not discounting that. I just can't be bothered to care about anything else. Do Greek, Roman, do Gaelic, do British. I mean, it's all interesting to me. But getting into the nitty gritty of Egyptian history, I just can't be bothered. All right, now so Salona. Can I? Oh my gosh, they've desolated everything. You know, that's probably one of the reasons the Huns have left me alone. Is they've just burned all this to the ground. I think that's like a game-breaking thing where, like, one of the things you can do is if you just burn this entire settlement area right here, they just leave you alone. I think. But we need to regain... Hello. What is this? Roman separatists. Are we at peace with them? There's no way we are. How are we at peace with these people? These are traitors. Oh, hello. How are we at peace with traitors? That makes no sense to me. That is downright criminal. Oh my gosh. Ah, the Celts. Caesar didn't finish the job. It's his only real flaw. He just didn't finish the job. Yeah, definitely. Join the Discord and definitely let me know what you want. I will definitely give it consideration. If enough people want one thing, I will definitely make it happen. Alright, let's see here. So plus 22.38 per turn. And that only gets me... Oh wow, that's a big change. Yeah, 7% per turn. It's a pretty gnarly little increase there. Let's see, -2. So why are you -2? Why are you upset? Immigrants, religious difference. Oh, they don't like immigrants. Racism. I would too if it was the Gauls and the Franks and the Lombards and the Ostrogoths and the Visigoths. Yeah, I'd be a little bit pissed off at those people too, so I can't really be too mad at them. Luckily, the Vandals will never harm my empire because I killed the Vandals in northern Italy. Come here. Governor, more food, and definitely that. So. We're at a lull phase here in the game. It's just now I get a chance to, not to say relax, but now I've got some breathing room. All of my rebellions are now relatively under control. You know, 1 or 2 exclusions in Spain, but for the most part, I think I'm in a really good position. I'm not desperate to go anywhere. The Huns, though, don't like me. They're not really getting in my face that much. They are raiding me from time to time, but so be it. I'm not going to try and go fight a bunch of horse people. But I fully realize that eventually they're going to come walking through my backyard with a giant freaking F-off stick. And they're going to try to kill me as fast as they possibly can. Now, I would love to get a force up in England. I would love to do that, but I'm not sure I'll be able to. Oh, hello. You want to commit suicide. That is totally fine by me. Just go ahead and die. Fantastic. That's wonderful. I love it. Let's just add y'all to the army if I can. The Danes have been destroyed. Interesting. Attrition. Who's dying from attrition? And why? I probably should have looked at that. Hold on, let's see. Civil developments. That's fine. But who's, Oh, that's definitely me. Huzzah! What did I do? What do we get? What's happening? I don't even know. Tear you down.
Commander.
Oh well, I got lots of onagers out here. Let's see if we can take Alcipio back. Move them there. The African front. Oh, I will in a minute. Right now, I need to regain Spain. I need to bring Spain back into the fold. Instead of fighting these battles and just burning through it, I'd like to actually get the campaign moving. I'm gonna occupado that. And I think that would be the end of the rebellions in Spain. So, now, I can move and focus on other stuff. Preventatores. Let's actually replace my... I want cavalry. I want cavalry. We need stronger cavalry. But my one army in Africa is unfortunately diseased and plague-ridden. So, can't really do much with it right now. Like, otherwise, it'll just get killed over and over and over again. But I do need to run back down. Oh, I think I already got it. Never mind. See, this is one of the things I really don't like about this system is that it's not a bad idea having the provinces and then the different regions. The problem is that if you don't own all the regions of a province, that settlement is kind of a waste to you. It really is. Okay. I kind of want that. And let's do trading jetties, and we're gonna do more trading jetties, and then we're gonna do a thing here, which is gonna be the capital. That way we can get our public order up. Then we need to get rid of Tingi. No, I'm sorry, not Tingi. It's Tamuziga. See if I can make them vassals. Nah, they're already my friends. Create puppet state, and we will give them military access. How about that? No. Hey, we'll let you watch your troops in if you just let us own you. It's like, oh, okay. I need to start focusing on... I'm more than happy to focus on Africa, but first I need to make sure these places are fully ready to defend themselves and be good little boys and girls. It's hard to control the world, man, especially whenever you have all these barbarians in the back door. Rooting around back there trying to figure out what you're doing. I don't like it. What did I just upgrade for this guy? Oh, I upgraded the, do all these generals require upgrades? Yes, so what do they do? Oh, Comes. That's what it is. I don't even know what they look like. What are they? They're just different cavalry. Because right now I think they're infantry, aren't they? Yeah, they're infantry. So this upgrades them to cavalry. Okay. Which, in my opinion, is cowardice. No, I'm kidding. I actually like the infantry generals better.
At your command.
I'm more of a... I like to be on the ground leading than be on the horse. Both work, but you know. Now, let's see if we can... Where's my state religion going this way? It's +9. Let's move you guys over here. Or not you guys. Let's move you guy over here. Alright, let's see here. Wait, you're still losing? Man, like, Latin Christianity is still going down despite me deploying a priest here. That's definitely something. Not sure what kind of something, but good lord. Oh, there. I was gonna say, what's this? All right. Now, Octave Duran. All right, let's move you guys down over here. I need more stuff. I need more doom stacks. Now let's see, Torontum or Toronum. I kind of don't want to go to war with the Britons just yet, and I'm hesitant because I know what's going to happen next. Because as soon as I go to war with them, I got what? I got a few more years before Attila shows up, and then once the Huns show up on my doorstep and Attila wants to murder me, I'm in a lot of trouble. Still going to be in a lot of trouble. So I can either focus on solidifying, I think, or just focus on hardening all my economy stuff down here. That way, because the Huns are never making it down here. And I can force them to not make it further than northern Italy if I play my cards right, but we'll see. Aquileia probably wouldn't hurt to upgrade. And then this area is desolate. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I probably would want to actually grab this place too. At least that's my gut instinct. Speed up. What are you doing? Speed up. Oh, you're attacking me. Okay. Oof. Well, this will be fun. Got one big army coming at me. Man. This will probably be the last fight of the evening before we go to bed. Myth is a tired boy. Do 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 do. Into formation. That doesn't sound like Romans. Come, there we go. I was supposed to say, don't you dare. What are you doing? Stop. Alright, come here, boys and girls. Come on.
Enemy reinforcements have arrived.
Okay, now let's put my lawn dart throwers over here. And where are you guys coming from? So you got axemen. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. And pikemen. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I have a real problem. I'm gonna have to get to those pikes, and I know they're not gonna let my horsemen anywhere near them. They're not gonna want them anywhere near those guys. Not at all. So I'm gonna be in a bit of a bind really soon, especially when those pikes and the axemen show up. The only way I can win is if I can manage to get my horsies right on their backside. Otherwise, I am screwed.
Nothing remained. Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
Alright, so they're dead and I'm almost running out of ammo. That's always a good sign when you know your archers are like just chewing through your ammunition. Wow, they broke.
Broken and running for their
Jeez,
lives.
okay, yeah, I'm in real trouble now. So this fight just turned against me in a real way. So what kind of, is it Germanic warbands? Yeah, Germanic warbands. Oh, jeez, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna lose the city.
A unit has used all available
Bam!
ammunition.
Oh, did they actually get me with it? Oh, they did. Okay, cool, very good. I was gonna say, please don't tell me they hit me with that.
The enemy general is fallen.
Crap. Crap. Yeah, this fight's over. No way in hell I'm winning.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
I do not even blame them. Go, boys, go. Go, boys, go. Come on. Oh, I'm breaking them. I'm breaking enough of them. I'm breaking them. Oh, maybe I'll win. Maybe I'll win. If I can break enough of them. I don't gotta kill all of them. I just gotta break enough of them. Ah, crap, there's more. Go, 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 go.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
Oh, that was close.
Your victory is moments away.
Look at that. That was a close little fight there. I'm happy I won, though. Let's definitely refill our ranks. And let's just hope they leave Octodurum alone and not come after it. Or is it I need to learn how to use a victory. That's what I need to learn to do next. But Hannibal's brother said to him, you know how to win a victory, but not how to use a victory. The wild ones. It's like I'll defeat my enemy, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit in my base now. I'm happy. Oh, they're gonna go down. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Oh man, tomorrow's gonna be so busy, guys. Tomorrow's gonna be such a busy day. Oh my gosh, just thinking about it makes me tired. But I'll tell stories. I'll tell stories about that tomorrow, because then you know we'll see what happens. We'll see how fun it is. Holy Vision. Okay, hold on. What was that? 49. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, let's see what you got. 1 out of 10. 3 out of 10. Jeez. Okay, hold on. Let's drop you. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 for the Imperial Master of Horse. He's a 1 out of 10. Jeez. Just, I mean, you're only given like an insanely large amount of power, but yeah, life's tough for you, isn't it? Crazy people. Anyway, I think we're going to call it a night here. I hope everybody enjoyed tonight. I will see you all again tomorrow, where we will probably be picking up our Halo playthrough. If not, then I'll probably be flipping back over to Mark of the Ninja so we can finish that up. I don't know how long that game is. It's my first time playing through it, so I have no idea how far it's left. I hope everybody enjoyed. I hope you all had a wonderful evening. I will hope to see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.